I find that I do better in bad markets. I buy things in bad markets. And you can't do that in a great economy. You can't buy it. Either you're going to buy it very expensively or not be able to buy it at all. So there's a lot of opportunity, I find, in the bad times.
The U.S. stock market's in a free fall. When you zoom out and maybe look at like a 5-year chart, the market is still pretty high.
This was a mini crash.
I prefer to call it a collapse rather than a crash. That's a very emotive word.
Trump's tariffs are having an absolutely devastating impact on the market.
If this was the strategy all along to bring them to the table, why did you instruct or advise, or maybe they did it on their own, some of your top aides to say this is not a negotiation, to hold the line?
The president was asked to answer this yesterday. He said he's not considering an extension or a delay. I spoke to him before this briefing. That was not his mindset. He expects that these tariffs are going to go into effect. And there will be a 90-day pause on the reciprocal tariffs as these negotiations are ongoing, and the tariff level will be brought down to a universal 10% tariff. Many of you in the media clearly missed the art of the deal. You clearly failed to see what President Trump is doing here.
That they were going to hold the line, that you were not going to change your mind.
A lot of times it's not a negotiation until it is.
Media clearly missed the art of the deal. You clearly failed to see what President Trump is doing here.
Is this market manipulation?
No.
Why not? If it was a plan, if it was always the plan, how is this not market manipulation?
It's not market manipulation, sir.
Well, then what is it? Because it sure is not a strategy.
We're trying to reset the global trade system.
That's
offshored all of our factories.
And what has that done?
How
have you achieved any of that? But to enact enormous harm on the American people, which was our concern from the very beginning. Tariffs are a tool. It can be used in the appropriate way to protect U.S. jobs and small businesses. But that's not what this does. So if it's not market manipulation, what is it? Who's benefiting? What billionaire just got richer?
That's Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's a United States representative. On 4/4, she purchased $275,000 worth of stock. Marjorie Taylor Greene usually reports her purchases just a few days after, and so that happened on 4/7. I believe they have up to 30 days to report them. I'm going to post what she bought on the screen, her trading report, and I'm also going to list them off, some of the big names. She purchased Apple, Amazon, Berkshire, Caterpillar, Dell, FedEx, Impinj, PI, I've never heard of that stock, JP Morgan, LRCX, Lululemon, Nike, Qualcomm, and a couple others. Ultimately, there were 19 trades. Each trade was between $1,000 and $15,000, and those totaled $275,000. Most of these trades were made on 4/4 and reported on 4/7.
Have to do. No other president would have done what I did. No other president. I know the presidents. They wouldn't have done it.